Moving up and down again, there's no discharge in the war. There's no discharge in the war.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Shepherd's Pie. I'm David.
And I'm Tommy. And today, I feel like in these times, going into a little bit of Homestead maybe would be a good idea. You know, we got a lot of shit going on in the world right now with, fears of, immigrants, martial law, nuclear war. I mean, the world's looking crazy.
Bro, wars on wars.
Yeah, it's all over the place right now.
Trump's supposed to be the fucking peacemaker.
And it felt like for a little bit he was trying. You know? Like, that's the crazy part, is he Trojan horsed himself in so crazy good. Like, the whole theater surrounding that was just... I mean, like, bravo, it literally brainwashed a shit ton of people.
Yeah,
you know?
For real. And
like
still,
WWE style.
people are still bought in.
Oh, yeah, 100%. The Q thing really kind of kickstarted a lot of that back in the day, and then just all the hoax shit. There's just so much. There's so much. Democrats freaking looking stupid. Any common sense person's just going to immediately flow in that direction, even if they don't think that he's, like, the best.
Right.
You know?
It's like,
what ended up happening.
At this point, who else? There's nobody.
Yeah.
There's
Nobody else is
absolutely
stepping up.
nobody. Yeah, nobody's stepping up.
Even if you were to step up, even if you wanted to, dude, what if I wanted you to step up, you know?
Right.
How do we do that?
Yeah.
We can't. We literally cannot.
I honestly thought about, like, what if you, like, not me personally, I think I did see a guy that's doing this, and I didn't look into him. But
yeah, there are.
I've been getting his content. Like, what if you made a channel or a podcast or whatever solely based on, like, trying to get elected eventually?
Yeah.
And I think,
there are
yo, like,
that have done this.
if Rogan was like, yeah, I'm running for president. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, at this point, he'd be freaking shot right to the top.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, it's
they
like,
might try to find
any
some dirt on him.
elections...
Yeah.
Even that, dude, you're right. I mean, they're going to find anything on anyone. They can plant anything on anyone.
Right.
Like, at this point in what we have going on, it doesn't feel like, truthfully, there's any organic possibility of even, making the change like that from that type of a level. I think it really does kind of weigh on our shoulders as like citizens, as just normal people.
Well, like, if
I think
if everybody starts opting out of the system, then the system would have to change. You can't, like, climb to the top of the system to change it.
Yeah.
It has to be a numbers game
it.
because there's more people than there is government. And so if everybody just opts out of the system. But that's the problem, is so many people are so deeply opted in.
Yeah.
Like, people don't believe that you could go easily start a homestead.
Yeah.
And commune with your neighbor and live comfortably.
Like, what's a homestead? You
Right.
know, like, what even is it? It's like the ability to truly be free, Like, truly. Like, you're not dependent on a system that I don't know if really anybody believes in anymore. There was a time when a lot of people did, when people would go to bat for the country, and now it's like they have to lie and kind of set up like psyops in order to get people to feel like they would go to bat for it.
Right.
Like,
well, you say, what is a homestead? And for the case of this argument we're making for this episode, the homestead is essentially unplugging from society to whatever degree you're comfortable, because like people get hangups. They're like, oh, what about I gotta have my TV, I gotta have my video games, I gotta have my shopping or this and that. Okay,
what do I have to be Amish?
Like, yeah, no, let's all just try to unplug to the best of our ability, you know. Let's all as a society start to sway this way, and then maybe in the generations it won't seem like such a daunting task.
I think a lot of people are, you know, and we
Certainly.
are seeing a huge movement with this right now.
Yeah, for sure.
It's pretty sweet. You know, this idea too of unplugging from the system. I remember a while back. I don't even know how long ago now. It's been quite a few years, but it might have been right around COVID time when it first started kicking off. I've been talking about for a while, like parallel systems, you know, like running a parallel type of society where you don't really have to, as you were talking about, climb to the top of some already corrupt, super broken system and try to change it from within like that.
Right.
Instead, I mean, what we do is we build our own, you know, logistics networks by just say someone's knitting. You know, you need clothes, but you have chickens. I mean, boom, you need some eggs, you need some chicken meat. Guess what? I need a couple sets of gloves for me and the kids, you know? There you go. Little network just made. And then as you scale up, and as time goes on, more and more connections get made just in the fabric of society, and we see it all the time. You know, it's nothing new. This is kind of what happens with people, but what government does is it hijacks these systems by putting in whatever regulations or creating these government entity bodies that, you know, have oversight over these things and can fine you if you're not within the parameters set by people smarter than you and thinking of your best interest, you know. And it kind of starts there, I really do believe. And parallel systems, as far as like a homestead would go, we got like commune style, you know. Me and you have talked about that for a long time. You were way more into the commune style than me. Yeah,
it's always been the dream.
There was that time with the school.
Yeah,
talk about that school for a sec.
The one that I found like just a couple years ago that was like 40 grand in South Carolina.
Yeah,
I mean, there wasn't enough land. It was kind of like parceled on this like triangle that was in between 3 streets, so like it had a little bit of like a small wooded area that was maybe like half an acre, and then it had a big parking lot around the whole thing. So like it wouldn't have been great for like farmsteading, but like I could have gotten my family all together. See, that was the thing for me, is ever since I was a kid, I got 4 older sisters. My mom and dad were split up, and then my sisters, not all of them have different dads, but some of their dads are also very close to me. So I always wanted to, and also the dads are very handy. One's very mechanically and electrically inclined, and then the other 2 are very good carpenters. So I always wanted to just get everybody in the same area, because everybody was just so split up, and then as we grew up, they just kept splitting up more and more and more. And it's like, that's the fucking problem with society right now, is they're splitting up families, and they're incentivizing people from a young age to want to get away from their family, because that's just normal. That's what you do. You grow up and you go to school and you get out of the house and you travel and you can go abroad and fucking find where you want to live and find a group of people that match your beliefs and go live with them. And it's like, no, man. Why don't you have the same beliefs that you were instilled with by your parents? How come you don't want to be around your family and the people that you grew up around? And it's like, maybe the area that you're in sucks. Yes, I agree. That's the thing sometimes. Like, it's really fucking cold here, and I would like to get my family out of the fucking cold to somewhere that we can grow better and like not have to struggle every winter to stay warm and survive.
It's expensive.
It's hard to make money too. Like, people have a hard time in the winter. Get the fuck out of here. But like that, first of all, like the splitting up families is tragic, and we could keep going into that, and we kind of did on the family episode.
We have, yes, we have gone into stuff like this, but it's a root problem, you know. And that school, I mean, it's kind of a cool idea though, you know, where it's like you have a multi-story building where you can take different families, give them different floors, and each family kind of does their own thing. Who knows? Maybe because
imagine whoever needs like a studio apartment, like each classroom is a studio apartment. Some of the classrooms have bathrooms attached, and then there's a communal dining hall and kitchen for everybody. And just keep that bitch stocked, and like have everybody pay a rent essentially that would just go towards those things for everybody. And like, you think about it, it sounds kind of like living in a nursing home sort of situation.
I think it could be kind of sweet though, man, because
also if everybody's got like different skills, then everybody can help each other out. But also if everybody has different businesses, like you don't even have to have a bunch of skills, like have a bunch of businesses, have one person selling and doing this, have somebody else doing that. And then people would have more money for the means of the commune, you know, like it doesn't have to be.
It's kind of awesome.
Like there's different flavors of ways that you can do it.
Yes.
But really people need to be combining, because that's how the elites do it. That's what every successful person is doing. Is they're networking their children from birth. You know, they're hooking them up with connections, and that's how they run us.
They pool together. And this idea with this school and like kind of there's not really a lot of farmland, so we have a traditional type of like homesteading / like communal type living situation, which is like farming and, you know, maybe more handiwork as far as like carpentry or other things, you know, just that are more traditional. But we also, you know, have like a modern world, you know, where like you could still do it a little bit differently and obtain that level of freedom, while also not having to go down kind of a semi-Amish territory.
Right.
And it's like, you could have, as you were saying, like little businesses. So like each floor of this place with all the different families and stuff, each one does their own thing, and they could do it more modernly, you know, maybe one floor is like for like crypto, you know? What if we had like a crypto floor? And they got like miners, you know, like just going to work, you know, and then another floor could be doing something else, you know, maybe selling freaking t-shirts. Maybe you got like a little t-shirt factory or something on like one floor. You do like custom goods, you know, have like 3D printers all located in like one area, and you got a fucking shit ton of them.
And if you have a trust set up within your unit, then see, I don't understand enough about that, but essentially
the trust thing is crazy.
Yeah, essentially the idea is you open up a trust, and then you can take like credit out against the trust for the community. Like if the community is paying into this trust, eventually it becomes so valuable that the things that the community wants to do, you can use against that trust.
Yeah. Like there's a way that I understand it where it's like so each person involved in the trust, they all like would contribute. So you're all contributing per like month into paying this thing. And as it grows, you would have someone at like a financial advisor role in the trust like structure, and they would be diversifying all the assets that go into it, all the money. So they would diversify it in, you know, stocks, whatever, crypto, whatever, precious metals, property, you know, buying up chunks of land around your homestead. And then what would happen is like there would be dividends to the total asset, you know, accumulation. You would have like a percentage. So like maybe there's some family members or some trust members that are putting in a lot more money, you know, like per month. Well, then they would get a higher dividend. So it would incentivize, you know, people putting into the trust. And the more that you put in, you would get a higher dividend, and you could choose when you get your dividends, yearly, bi-yearly, every week, you know. you could choose when you would get your dividend cuts, and it would all be proportional to what you're putting in and the total value of the trust.
Right.
So it would have this kind of effect, but you couldn't, take out really money out of the trust in a traditional like bank sense.
Right.
It would be like dividends. You would be getting dividend rollovers, and you could do whatever you want with your money. And then the community would take a role in electing for new. Say you guys need a new generator. I mean, with all this Bitcoin farming and frickin' 3D printer shit, maybe power's a big issue. So you're trying to figure out how to be more like energy efficient. You'd get like solar panels going on, maybe a couple little windmills or something. Like there's a bunch of different ways that you can upgrade your energy, but through like a trust.
Finance it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And banks, they're rough because they got a lot of stipulations that they'll throw on giving you money.
Yeah.
And I think that once you start becoming a threat in any type of way to the structure of society, so if you guys are doing successfully, they're going to try and find ways to screw you over. So it's like the sooner that you guys can become more independent financially as a unit, though, I think the better off overall the entire structure would get. That's like a little parallel structure type of example, where if we get enough of these going on and they all just kind of have a mutual understanding that like whatever system is governing us right now is just not in our best interest, then we could just, if enough people just stop paying into that in like a big way, then that structure will have to change. Like, you won't even need to build another new nation with all these homestead people that, you don't even need to do that. Just enough people need to drop out, do their own thing, don't break the law or whatever, or it's either be good or be good at it type shit, I guess. But, but eventually they're going to have to change to get your attention,
Yeah.
So they will have to change. And if you're not buying into the tits or the chaos or the fear mongering or
the rat race, the big cities, the fucking chase for money and fame and power and fuck all that nonsense.
Totally, man. Totally. And I think that is truly the way to the change that people are looking for. And I think that I don't know necessarily if the control structure accounted for it in such a way. I think they kind of thought more along the lines of like riots, or more along the lines of like maybe like small terror groups or something would be what they need to arm themselves against. I don't think that they had it in mind that people were just going to start tuning out. They weren't going to break the law or anything, but they weren't going to watch the fucking news. And they weren't going to vote emotionally or spend emotionally to fuel this structure.
That's what happens. Every time, like, when the graph's going up, they're all excited. And as soon as it starts going down, they start freaking out. And so, boycotting is the best thing you can do. And again,
your money is huge.
Yeah. Whether it's fucking clothes or music or TV or food or the whatever.
Like we're supposed to be stewards of the land. That's what we're called upon biblically. Through our creation in Genesis. It talks about us being, stewards of the land, having dominion over the animals, the nature, the actual physical land. We've been given dominion over it. And I think that in these types of little environments right now that we have going on with the government, with certain townships, with a lot of people's jobs. They're like trying to push you to doing things that, aren't great. And maybe these corporations are actually kind of ruining the earth. They're not being good stewards. Then it kind of falls on us to step up and take that position. And I don't know necessarily if it needs to be as extreme as a lot of people like to pin it. I don't think we all have to go Amish and I don't really want to like pigeonhole a actual type of plan that is like the only plan. I don't think there's like any one answer to this. I think there's like a general idea and a general type of direction that we just need to be facing and marching towards. And I mean, if everybody understand, yeah, literally. And I'm sure that if you start talking with God a little bit more and you start involving him in your decision making, he'll point you in a good direction. And maybe it won't be the same as what you thought it would be either. Maybe it's not going out and getting horses and pigs and cows and planting corn, you know, and having no electricity. Maybe it's something more
you
like
need
a
to
school.
go into the inner city and refurbish an old dead school and help a community of underprivileged children. You know, maybe that's your community. But that sort of community where you disengage with the program and start your own program that's healthy and happy and like what God intended and not what man intended, and serving God and not serving yourself. Like that's where
the good things happen.
Yeah,
you know,
that sort of community can be anywhere. It can be in the woods, it can be in the burbs, it can be in the city.
It's cool seeing stuff too. Like there are people out there doing good shit. You know, like
for sure. They just don't talk about it enough because
I'm pretty sure
scary
that
news is more clickbaity.
Yeah, literally. But that's them hijacking our anatomy
and the algorithm.
You know, and the algorithm of our devices. You know, but our anatomy, you know, we're just kind of more attuned to danger than we are to like good things.
Yeah.
Because we have to be more attuned to danger in order to survive, and they've just hijacked that. They've hijacked it completely. And I mean, as soon as people can understand that, though, and tune, you got to tune in first and then drop the fuck out. Tune in, drop the fuck out. If you get good at doing that, I mean, they're hypnotizing don't work. There's like, there's like a chunk of people that are immune to being hypnotized. Like, it just don't work on them.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I think it's just like they're aware, you know? I don't think it would work on me either. I don't think anybody could make me buck like a chicken because I closed my eyes and started breathing deep and chilling out and having someone talk in my ear. Yeah.
It's insane.
It's fucking nuts. There's people that quit smoking. There's people that quit doing criminal activity because of hypnosis, and it's like, what, dude? I wish, right? Wouldn't that be fucking a shortcut, badass thing?
It's like those dojo masters in like China or like Asia, where they're like doing all this crazy, simple martial arts on their guys and like whooping their asses with something stupid, and then they go fight a real fighter and get their asses handed to them because their stuff's fake. But they've got everybody believing that it works. Yeah.
I mean, there's probably, because I don't know, back in the day.
Speaking of, actually, I want to tell a story about that. So there's a guy.
What?
He probably is still stuck in China. Fact check me while I'm telling this story so you can get his name. This guy went to China to fight one of these fake martial artists. This master of some ancient martial art is doing these fucking viral videos online where he's doing some nonsense and hitting his own guys, and they're flying away and acting all fake. So this fucking, he's like an MMA guy, goes to China, fights him, whoops his ass, and they like social credit scored him so low that he's stuck in China. He can't get a flight out. He couldn't get a hotel. He couldn't fucking get anything because immediately his social credit score was so low. He was fucking stuck for a while. I don't know if he's still stuck.
Is it Zhu Xiaodong, a Chinese MMA fighter, gained widespread attention for challenging and defeating several self-proclaimed traditional martial artist masters, including a Tai Chi practitioner named Wei Lei in 2017. Whom he defeated in under 10 seconds.
Sounds about
right. His fight, along with subsequent bouts against other martial artist figures, Yeah, his confrontations often live streamed and viewed by millions. That's
Yeah,
ouch.
it was like he didn't do anything illegal. It was like it was just so disgraceful that they lowered his credit score.
Oh yeah, it says that it led to significant backlash, including legal action, fines, and a lowered social credit score that restricted his travel and property rights. Dog,
Yeah.
say no to digital ID, please.
That's what's coming
Everybody.
with digital ID is social credit score.
Say no. I don't care if they
Since
release
they can
some
link
type of
everything
AI
ever
virus
to yourself, and that's people are gonna be like, good, you need to be held accountable, and it's like, no, you need to be fucking free, actually.
Yeah, freedom is everything. Freedom above everything. Wow, dude, that is crazy.
Yeah, that's a little off topic, but
it kind of does still lead into the whole idea, though, man. Because
because we got Trump.
Are tuning the fuck.
We got Trump, who was supposed to be Daddy Freedom. You know, we all fucking were so happy to line up and vote for Trump because he said everything we wanted him to say. And now here he is doing the complete opposite, selling us out to the fucking New World Order.
Literally, man. Literally.
Like, not
Project
even,
Stargate.
like, setting it up, man.
The AI thing was what really, as soon as I heard him talk about Project Stargate and having frickin' what's his face, Sam Altman and frickin' Peter Thiel come into the Oval Office with him to have some type of press briefing on Project Stargate and the huge freedom that AI developers are going to have and without any type of regulations. That's when I instantly knew that this was all a fucking just big, huge play. It's a huge play for the next phase.
Yeah.
And their plan. Like, if we can't, I had an ad, another crazy ad while I was listening to a podcast, and it was for New York State and how they're going against AI. And then we have Trump on television talking about how any states that try to stop the progress of AI or halt it in any type of way, they're going to suffer severe consequences. And it's like, what the fuck? And then, but you have a shit ton of the population that's like, scared of AI. Like, everybody is. Only the actual atheists that want a techno god to be born.
That's what I mean. It should be what the people want.
Yes.
If the people don't want AI, don't force fucking AI. If the people don't want us to be allied with certain countries, don't be allied with certain countries. Yeah. People don't want us to bomb Iran, don't fucking bomb Iran.
There's the argument with all of this where it goes like, oh, well, China's developing AI, and if we can't let them get ahead of us because they'll whoop our ass.
No, you develop anti-AI. You don't develop AI, you develop anti-AI.
I think that what it really boils down to is I'm not even saying that maybe we shouldn't have AI in some type of iteration. You know, like search engine AI is one thing, you know, but these AGI models that they're working on and the implications of stuff like that is just insane, you know. And then to not have any type of regulation over it, to just allow it to go nuts. So if you're some billionaire, multi-billionaire AI developer, you could literally perform experiments on the public, and there is not a thing any lawyer can do, that any state governor could do, and nobody, a senator couldn't do anything.
Right.
They could try to, but when you got Trump and the National Guard and like crazy shit going on, no, you're not going to stop it. Like that's where the problem is arising with all of this. Like, I'm not saying don't have defense against measures that
and really
a
it's
foreign
like
country
we
could
should
take.
Probably just how we're like, oh, we got to nuke Iran because they are potentially going to have nuclear bombs. Instead of trying to succeed in AI before China, We should just be like, hey, we're gonna nuke China's AI plants because we're gonna bomb China's AI plants because we can't. Like, it's a nuclear power, you know. If AI is so powerful, if it's like a nuclear power, then we should be preventing other countries from getting it, not racing them to it. You know, like, essentially, I heard somebody say this, like, we are in World War III. Like, it's not going to be fought with bombs and guns. And, like, yeah, there's bombs and fucking guns on the ground right now. But really, the war is between technologies. It's fucking on with AI right now. Because whoever's got the better computer, you could hack the world government. You could hack every business. You could hack planes. You could hack missiles. You could fucking... You know, like,
drive people's cars into trees at 150 mile an hour.
You could start shutting off trains and colliding them and shutting off traffic lights and starting pileups. Like, there's so many things you could do with just a stronger technology than the other guy.
Yeah.
So
there's arguments to be made for both sides, but as far as publicly hoodwinking everybody and having this giant omnibus bill that you call Project Stargate, and you're hiding unfettered AI development at the cost of anybody's input, and eventually at the cost of every human being on planet Earth's privacy and will. I mean, there's no real, like, decision there. It's like a no-brainer. We don't do that.
Right.
Like, if they're doing that, then they need to be stopped.
Yeah, that is the most evil, the most demonic.
Anybody that's developing that needs to just be stopped. Like,
even if it's
whatever
us.
Cost.
Our own government.
AI might be a super weapon, but I mean, what's more of a super weapon really? Is dropping a fucking bomb more of a super weapon, or is having some AI made up blackmail that goes around on the internet, or shutting off power for a couple cities for a day or two until someone else fucking IT fixes it or some shit? Like, I think the bombs might actually still be, king. Yeah, I really do.
Right.
And
for a little while.
I just can't. I can't even believe it's been allowed to get this far, really, especially with, like, the China thing, really. Yeah. Like, I mean, there's arguments to be made for everything, like, they're their own country, let them do whatever they want with their own thing, but it's like, but when it becomes a direct threat, and then we try to work with them, and they snub their nose at us, like, and we're trying to, like, preserve freedom.
It is strictly just a weapons thing. It's like, yeah, just let them do their own thing, and we'll develop weapons that can counter them. But, like, when those weapons that can counter each other become better than us as humans, they're just going to stop us as humans, and they're just going to be the new thing. And you got motherfuckers out here talking about, oh, well, maybe that's just the natural progression of nature, like survival of the fittest and evolution, and maybe we're just a sex organ for that thing, and we were just meant to create. Fuck all of that. We were created divinely by God, and we're not meant to create this thing. It's not meant to be.
Yeah, I do not believe that that's what we're supposed to be doing. I think we kind of been hijacked, really. It's been a hijacking from, like, a very select group of powerful, maybe not even human. They might not even be human.
Idiot.
He's a good boy. He's like a dog.
Right? He's a dumb dummy. So, you know what AI
but this
did?
Type of shit. Well, oh yeah. What
I was gonna say, what AI did hijack was this episode.
Yeah, well, that's why I was going to do this part where I'm like, how this is just, the world is on fire. It's a dumpster fire. You know what this makes me want to do, Dave?
Go run away to the woods, build a homestead.
Makes me want to go run away to the woods and build a homestead. So, I mean, there are plenty of ways to do this. I don't actually think that I don't think it needs to be as complicated as people make it. Like, although I do have to say it is tough to save money, especially in today's inflated economy that is being touted as the best it's ever been. I think that what it's going to take is just a little chunk of money and a little chunk of land.
The willingness to move, probably.
That too, that too. But I'm pretty sure, I don't know, if you really have it in your heart and it's something that you're dead set on, there's got to be people, even in your family, that would be willing to kind of go in with you, you know? And if not, then I mean, then you lead. Then lead them. And I would just suggest, honestly, the land is kind of the biggest thing. I have this thing in my head where it's like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to get land, and then I'm going to spend the next, like, 2 to 5 years. Yep, you're good. Just building, like, a structure, building my home, learning how to do that. I think that doing something like that is probably the most rewarding, and also just like the skills that you get, you can translate that anywhere. But yeah, I was just talking about getting the land and then building your own house is kind of the direction that I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And I understand that there are a lot of people out there where that can't really be a possibility. Maybe they've already got families. I have like family, but I don't have like kids of my own. I don't have a wife.
Right.
So I could literally just dedicate every moment of my life to something, you know, that would be something like that, and it would be okay. And that's why I mentioned in the beginning, you know, like whatever it is for each individual, whatever that looks like.
Right.
My version of it is buying some acreage, saving up for maybe like a year or two to get like a little chunk of cash for some land, preferably or close to a river, some type of water supply. Need to have wood on it too. You know, like I don't need the land to be developed. In fact, I don't want it to be developed.
Right, rather developed.
I want it to be kind of raw land that has resources on it and access to water. You don't need to have a river per se in order to have water. I like the river for multiple reasons.
You want
energy's
to make a mill?
one. Yeah. Yes. I want to the transforming that motion into energy and into workload is probably the biggest thing that you could really do with it. You can with a quick YouTube search, you can figure out how to make a sawmill very, very easily with just wood and a saw and maybe an axe.
Yo, have you ever watched Dr.
That's
Stone?
Yes.
Fucking Dr. Everybody go watch Dr. Stone. It is so good. And like the shit's legit. A lot of it is like pretty realistic as to how you would redo those technologies from nothing.
Yeah. If you had someone with literally like a photographic brain and memory, and they just researched everything, they know fucking how everything works, then I mean, if the world was wiped to a blank slate, you could potentially have cell phones after like 2 years.
Really? So this is what I think. We should have had this going already for us. You know, this is how people should be living. But if this is the case, you know, you're homesteading, then your children are raised in this fashion where my goal, I want to be able to build my kid a house with them so that by the time they're 18, 20 and want to move out, we've already built a house together for them. So now they have already built the whole fucking house. They built their house. So they know how to repair it and take care of it. And they know.
Those skills translate too.
Yeah. So like by the time you're fucking 18, 20, you should know how to build a whole house. Because you probably should have built your own house by now on your fucking dad's property.
Yep.
Like
that's how I think it would work, is like you build your own house. Like, how did it work back in the day? You know what I mean? Like, what they would do is they'd go.
What do the Amish
grow up
do?
In a family. Oh, this is exactly what they do. They grow up in a family that has a house already built. You know, they grow up in that family, but they are put through the rigors of just life. And life for people like them is you wake up early, you go tend to your animals, you go tend to your crop, and you spend your day doing that, your early hours. You get some lunch, and then
Usually
you
done by lunch.
network. Yeah, you with whatever it is. So
Usually done by like 2:00.
there's like the farming aspect, but they also build a lot.
Oh yeah.
And so they've got other projects. They make good money. So they have like a they have
Yeah,
like
don't think the Amish don't have
of,
fucking money. The Amish are
no,
loaded.
they're rich.
And they're a
rich.
community, so the community's loaded, and each individual Amish person probably has quite a bit of fucking money.
Yeah, 100%. Like you get the people that go work out in the like field with the crops and with the animals and doing like the tedious type shit, just to kind of keep that aspect going. But then you have the business side of it, where they make sheds, or they'll build barns, or they'll build houses.
Yep.
And that's like your little like the boy crew, like where they get all the dude. I've seen little kids, because I have Amish around me, like directly around me, and I've seen little kids on top of sheds, hammering away, hammering steel roofs to the top of these sheds, and it's like, dude, they already know more than I do.
Yep.
And they're 4 years old.
Yep. And their hands are the same size as yours.
Yeah. It's absolutely insane. And I think that that's just like a better model for a group of people to be self-sufficient and to have a real true grasp of like reality. Because I feel like everybody nowadays we're just so jaded. We're not living in reality. This is a matrix we're living in. Like the fact that we're talking to people across the world potentially instantaneously, like that's not a thing, dude. It's a thing, but it's not a thing.
Yeah, this is stupid. We should be like, doing this with the people that we love and care about around a campfire. Like, we should just be having these conversations within our community. Our community shouldn't be the whole fucking world, It's
not supposed to be.
We're like trying to build a community out in the world. So that we can build our own communities in the world, because it's so fucked up. Yeah, nonsense.
That's what I feel like is kind of the answer, though. And it's crazy because people think about like what would the answers be for the problems of today. You would imagine that it'd have to be a new solution.
No,
it would have to be something
everybody
new.
Unplug.
And I don't think it's anything really new. I think that there could potentially be new ways of going about old systems that could be beneficial in like transferring over to a different like society, really. We take something old, like we were talking about with the school thing. It could be a modern answer but using old ideas that are just more traditional, where we keep, close-knit groups of people that are, actually care about each other. It's not just based on solely monetary need or in trying to position yourself to be higher up in the food chain so that you can get more resources than the next person, in this dog-eat-dog fucking world. Like, that hollows people out. It hollows you out. And we're not really supposed to be doing shit like that. And usually people that are doing shit like that, it ends up biting them in the ass at some point. In one way, shape, or form. Whether it's just nicking away at their soul and they die alone with nobody that truly loves them or some shit. Like, that ain't the life that I don't think really anybody wants.
Well, so that is a problem, is that people don't have community. People don't have people. Like, a lot of people are growing up without even good connections to their parents or parents at all. And so they're just vying, and no family. So your whole life you're vying for some sort of connection. You might make a friend here or there, but think about, like, how many fucking friends you got, man? I got like 2-3 friends. Like, quality fucking friends. I got a lot of acquaintances. I know people, but there's like 2 or 3 people that I would want to join my community.
Yeah.
And so
I think that it boils down to, at that point, like, you just got to be able to be confident in your ability to be a good person, that, like, people like.
well, it speaks to why people
And,
are
like,
willing to forgo this and be part of the rat race and be so self-serving, because they got nobody else and they got nothing else. So you got to take care of number one. And fucking, that's another fucking problem with it, is like, people don't even have a shot, and they're making it so that people don't have a shot. They're breaking up families. They're making it convenient to get rid of your children, or like they're not teaching people how to raise children. Yeah, everybody's a fucking terrible parent. I really thought coming from our parents' generation, we would be a better generation, and the parents I see now are disgusting me. You just put your kid in front of the fucking TV, in front of the tablet. These kids all fucking addicted to phones. It's disgusting. Kids don't even know what TV is because they only watch YouTube and TikTok.
Yep.
Fucking letting your kid dress like a fucking... Not even going to go into that, but...
They try to say that it's because of school, too. They try to use the whole school thing. Well, they got to learn how to use the technology, because otherwise they're going to be, worse off in the future. And it's like, I don't believe that, not for 1 second. You're still going to need infrastructure to be maintained. You're still going to have... I'm telling you, these things are very niche that, people are blowing up to being like the everything.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to have your kid in front of an iPad at 2 years old because he needs to have a better shot at life, because that's the direction life is going. That's your logic.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. Like, do you not want your kid to be, like, well adjusted to, like, people? You want them to be adjusted to, like, screens? You don't want them to know what to do with their hands other than touch a screen?
Yeah.
Touch, like, certain dopamine ejecting widgets on a screen? Like, what?
Yeah, and I'll give it to them. It's crazy. These kids are more technologically savvy than I was at that age. Most of them more than I am now. But they're not able to do basic things. And I thought I was failing as a person because I couldn't do certain basic things. Like, I'm over here trying to maintain a house, maintain my vehicles, maintain my family. And I'm like, wow, I didn't learn this. That's crazy that I didn't learn this sooner. Like, I gotta fucking watch a YouTube video or call my dad and figure out how to do this thing. And it's like, yo, this new generation's fucked. They're not gonna know a single thing. Because my mentality when I was younger is I was like, I'll just make enough money to be able to pay for it. I was like, my dad's just broke because my dad doesn't know how to, like, save his money, or doesn't know how to, like, make more money. Like, my dad would get screwed every winter. I'm like, my dad's just bad with money. I was like, when I get older, I'm going to be good with money. I understand how it works. I'm going to make enough money I can just pay for the things that I need. Like, somehow that was the mentality I got as a kid. And now I'm at this point where I'm like, fuck, I wish I knew how to do anything. But it's like, this new generation has been living in this era where nobody can pay for anything ever. So how are what is the mentality there? What are they thinking? How do they think they're going to take care of themselves when they're adults?
I think it's like a dependence on the government thing.
Right? They're like,
I think that
they're
really actually being taught to depend on the government for
are.
their needs now.
They are. They're like, we'll take care of it. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
and you got to teach them not to do that shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the answer to any of this.
It's so easy for us to take care of ourselves. So easy for... The only reason we need them is because of them. Like, they've created this thing that needs itself. We don't need them. Like, I don't know where this episode is going to fall into the World Economic Forum episode. Sorry, that's either not come out yet or split in two and fucking whatever is the situation there. But, like, researching that, it's like the things they're concerned about is, like, gas and computer parts. Like that was on all their graphs where they're concerned out of running out of natural resources or the price of natural resources. It's like petroleum, gas, and computer parts, and people, and food. And it's like, all right, well, we should be able to grow our own food. Like these countries where they can't grow their own food, where they're struggling, like, yeah, we could try to help them out, figure that out for them. But like, we all need to figure it out for ourselves. Feed our fucking selves. As far as the computer parts, who cares if we run out? There's fucking slavery going on in the Congo because of computer parts. Like these children are mining lithium for your phone and your computer because it runs on such
and your Tesla.
Yeah, and your Tesla. All these, yeah. Like this shit is comprised of such refined, specific material. It's only available in certain places of the world. It's what the world's running on. Is the gas, the fucking gold, the cobalt, the lithium. Like these things, and they have this whole system to pull all the resources out of the world. For what? For cars and fucking computers? We don't need them. We got horses and buggies and fires. Sit by the fire. Yeah. Tell a story with your community. Like, you know what happened in the olden days? You weren't part of a community. You were either tough enough to live in the woods by yourself or you got fucking eaten. You weren't not part of a community. You had to be part of the community.
Yeah, literally. You would have to work within it, or you would be kicked out of it. Yeah. And you'd have to live on your own.
And that's what I was saying before. Be tough enough to live literally on our last episode, as I was like, back in the day, they weren't like manipulating their people to stay as part of the community. Because if you weren't part of the community, you were out of the community.
Yep.
And now it's like, oh, let's manipulate everybody into being this group of people that we need them to be to fulfill what we need them to do. And that is literally what they spelled out in the World Economic Forum shit, is like, you need people to fill the role of the job, so let's shift culture as we see fit so that we have this steady supply of workers that do what we need them to do.
Yep.
And it's like, we gotta stop working for them. We gotta stop doing what they want us to.
They generate their own, because they know what they need to stay in control. You know, they need these phones. They need this technology to maintain control. So that's why all their graphs are pointing at that shit. Shit that most people, 99% of people, do not see as relevant and don't see as an issue.
Right.
But they see as an issue because they're not trying to appeal to the 99% of people. They're trying to appeal to the controllers, to the governments, to the corporations that have more money than most nations on Earth. You know, that's who they're really trying to appeal to, and they're trying to keep that power in those sections, and they can do that however they want. They've got so many ways of doing it, but I think that most of it is through these fucking screens, because like even in your mail, you know, like, which is like a function of the government, you know, like you're only getting, you know, taxes shit or paychecks or ads or shit like that through your mail. But as soon as you get on the screen, you're fucked, you know? That's when they really start hammering away at your mind and getting you to fall in line with these plots and schemes. And it's all just plots and schemes to keep them in power and to keep us, you know, under their manipulation. 100%.
So our great, wise, all-powerful Lord created this magnificent world for us to live on, where, conveniently, all of the resources that we need to survive are replenishable. They're all sustainable. Like, you can grow your own trees. Like, yeah, maybe rock, like, whatever rocks you're quarrying, rocks aren't gonna fucking grow back. But, like, whatever. Everything you fucking need to survive is able to be self-sufficient, self-sustaining, regrowable, replenishable. It's this shit that they're like, ooh, a rare material, gold.
Yeah.
Gold was the first one, gold and silver, bronze.
Gold was a way to bridge like clans and tribes. That's what gold was used for in the early days. It was used to bridge different
You don't need it for anything.
Already contained communities.
If you're not using it to trade, you're using it to adorn shit with. To what? It's a soft metal. It's fucking useless. Oh, well, you just want to look pretty. Well, fuck you. We don't need it. What do we need to survive? Everything we need to survive? We'll never run out of it. Never, ever.
Yep.
As long as we take care of the planet.
Yeah.
As long as we don't burn down all of the forests and kill all of the animals and pollute all of the water, we'll never run out of the shit. So let's just take care of the fucking planet and quit making these mega factories that just pollute the skies and acid rain upon all the fucking innocent life.
100%.
Dude, it's a fucking death machine. The whole world is just this cycle of fucking suppress God's great creation.
Well, another little segue super quick to back to the homesteading faction of this.
Oh yeah, we were talking
like you were just talking about like how like what you were just talking about with like the factories and stuff. So like even in modern day home building, there's like a segment of pollution happening just with that too, you know. It still costs quite a bit to like get a house going, you know, like like a toll on the environment.
Yeah.
Actually, my brother, he is living in a pretty cool homesteading place, like mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a shit ton of land. And right now he's going through some winter too, and he has a wood stove, and he's going out and around to his property, and part of being a steward to the land right now in this type of a way, he's going out there and finding all these like dead trees that are already seasoned firewood. And so like for the next couple of years, he's just going to be occupied going through the woods, you know, and gathering the dead wood that's in the forests and using that for firewood. And then eventually he's going to have to start chopping trees. And I kind of made a suggestion to him that as you start going, once you start noticing the number of seasoned wood is going down on your property that is just like available right now, you should be chopping some trees along the way and letting them season, you know? So like any of the trees that look like they're dead but still standing, or they're sick as fuck, chop them as you go down, let them fall, and then let them season, you know, and just kind of keep that cycling, but also make sure that you're replenishing it.
Yeah.
And he's like, yep, we're already starting to replenish. We've got a couple of apple trees going now. We've got a couple of other trees going, this, that, the other. And it's like,
well, that's the thing. When you're not clear-cutting forests, you know, if you're doing what he's doing and you have your section of land that you care for and you clear out the dead shit and you fell a couple trees, those roots are still going to continue to live, actually. So they might sprout up a few other trees around, because now it's clear of brush, it's clear of dead shit, and you just knocked down the main tree, so it's going to keep living, and you'll get more trees. You don't even have to plant another tree. There's a great technique.
That's only some trees.
I wish we
only some trees are
could
like that.
Figure out here where, some trees. But even still, like, it'll give, like, the extra space would give you an opportunity to have more trees grow naturally.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know if you've seen it. There's technique in Japan where they, like, cut a tree off at the top and have the and let the branches go out real wide, and then there'll be shoots of trees coming off the branches, and then they'll cut those, and it'll just keep growing, so that you have this giant fucking trunk that grows trees to cut. So it's not like you're cutting trees, it's like you're pruning a tree.
Yeah.
And so instead of fucking deforesting areas, they're just like pruning trees, and it's really fucking ecologically friendly.
Have you seen the ones where they take trees like young saplings, and they have molds that they set next to these young saplings and they just kind of guide them along the molds, and it turns them into like fucking chairs?
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
So you get like living furniture,
Yeah.
or you'll get like it's crazy the type of stuff that you can do. That's creative awesomeness,
I
dude.
saw
Like, why the fuck aren't more people doing shit like that?
I
Like,
saw a guy that's
cool
his
stuff that
side
we could
business.
occupy our time with instead of mindlessly flicking the screen. You know, like there's so much cool shit. And the apathy is just insane nowadays, and it's hard once you're in it to get out of it.
Right.
It's so hard once you're like in the pit of that apathy and just in that like valley of despair with it all to get out of it. But there is really cool shit going on that like is very, very good in all segments of this entire thing.
Yeah.
Like, you're not hurting anybody turning a tree into a piece of furniture. In fact, it's super fucking cool. You're not hurting the environment. You're not doing anything illegal. You're making cool shit. And it can make you money, too. So it's like, you can... all sorts of cool shit going on with stuff like that. And there's millions of other things you can do that are just the same type of thing that, you know, would be very fulfilling, you know?
Yeah. So, if this was something you wanted to do, like, the very first step would be, I guess, like, I don't know, because you're saying, like, the discouraging notion of the whole thing. Like, you would really have to assess your readiness to do this. You would have to, like, figure out what sort of...
your commitment.
Yeah, like how your level of commitment, what you are looking to get out of like unplugging and homesteading, like how unplugged do you want to get? So like set goals, like assess your level of readiness and commitment, and fucking make a plan, and then
finances.
Once you, start figuring out your finances. Because it will take
something.
Yeah, because you got to settle all your debts if you're gonna unplug.
Yep. Or have a plan to immediately start making money unplugging. You know, there are ways to do that.
So
there's
actually,
people out there that are unplugging and they're videotaping it and they're making crazy money. So I mean, there are ways to do it. You know.
Yeah, and like the financial thing is like sometimes it takes people a long time, and there's things you can do while you're preparing for financials. So like in the meantime, fucking build skills and knowledge.
Yep. There's cool books out there too. You and your old lady, you guys got some cool books.
Yeah, I'm trying to build our library.
A lot of different plant books, a lot of different
but like realistically, you should be learning from childhood. So, I mean,
but most people haven't.
No children should be listening to this, but I mean, if you're a fucking young kid listening to this, you could start learning now. Keep learning. And any point in time, just fucking keep learning. Keep trying to pick up skills. Because the more you know, the less daunting it'll feel to do the thing. And the more capable you will be when you go to do the thing. And have part of that be the financials. How to figure out how to get out of debt and how to make money when you're off-grid. Because that's going to be a big key part of it.
Don't get into debt is the best way.
Yeah, don't get into debt.
Don't get into debt if you can help it. I guess there are some people, you know, if they don't have like family and people to help them out along the way to where they don't have to go into debt.
Well, most everybody has some vehicle debt. Most everybody has some student debt. A lot of people have like an outstanding bill here or there, a couple thousand, this or that. Hardly anybody's got like a savings. I don't know how I have managed to dodge that, but I have managed. If you own property, then you got a debt there too, but that's like an asset.
Yeah. I think to me it's like property is like number one in like any type of semblance of starting something like this. Your property is going to be number one.
Because I bought property, and I bought less than an acre, a house in the suburbs, and like, yeah, I could do what we're talking about, like community in the suburbs, but I want property in the woods. I want to be more natural living, and so I got kind of screwed at where I'm at, so I need to reassess my financials and make a new plan.
I think a cool plan for you would be then is to just dive into what you already have and get it. You would have to go through like a debt, like, program, like
Yeah.
self-imposed, where you
But,
would
like,
work
so
the debt
even
for
here-
your house off,
Yeah.
and then you would fix the house up, maybe even upgrade it in a few choice but very like economically sound ways, to where eventually you could actually just chunk away, sell the fucking house, sell the land, and
Well,
use that to
It's
go
gonna always
directly
be an
to the
asset.
next phase.
So if I can fix it up in any way, shape, or form, I'm keeping it. It's gonna continue to make me money, and essentially, it's like a chunk of money that I can continue to use. But we already here, even though we're in the suburbs, I've got like a raspberry bush that I'm trying to propagate and make it bigger. I've got strawberry patch that was wild strawberries that I'm propagating and trying to get those bigger, and they have grown over the years. Tried to grow a blueberry bush, but that didn't take off. So like I'm trying to get
Blueberries take a while.
And like my wife did a garden one year, but the ground is super rocky here. But I'm trying to get food that is annual, so it takes less from us to maintain it. But her neighbor, or her friend up the road, has cherry trees, 2 cherry trees, wild onions. She's got a raspberry bush, and she's got a way bigger yard too. And I want to, you've talked about this before too, I want to get like fruit forests going in people's yards. It pisses me off that I go around everywhere and I see people with nice big beautiful yards and nobody's got food in their yards. Nobody's growing nobody's taking, stumbling over my words here, fruit trees, fruit bushes. Everybody's growing flowers and nonsense. I have something
shrubs.
against, I got something against decorative plants. Like,
Yeah, me too.
grow food. And there's food that you can grow that takes minimal effort, and it'll just keep coming back every year. And like, you like animals, because that food is going to attract tons of wild animals. And some people are like, it's going to make my yard fucking full of rotten fruit. It's like, deal with it. Fuck it. Who cares? It's natural.
Yeah, literally.
Like, get over it. Grow more food there.
There was a house in like the suburbs area that I was delivering. They had a peach tree, and literally peaches galore. And it didn't look like they did a fucking thing with their peach tree, dude. Peaches all over the ground. There were drunk squirrels everywhere after the peaches finally fermented.
He's got peaches everywhere.
I remember that. I walked through their yard and I just noticed there's a bunch of
pears.
ripe peaches. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Picked like 4 of them.
Yeah,
Fucking
anybody's got like an
paper
apple
bag.
tree, I pick an apple and I'll try it out. And it's most of the time they're shitty apples because people don't know how to take care of their trees and make them into good apples.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's a good apple, and I'm like, fucking sweet, you got good apples. They're like, yeah, I'll come out here and I'll make applesauce and I'll make pie. Everybody that's got like a good apple tree, they're making shit with it. And why? Why don't we all have apple trees? Why don't we all have pear trees? Why don't we all have fucking fruit forests in our yards?
Yeah.
Everybody's complaining about grocery store prices. Well, what do you mean you can't get a fucking chicken? The price of eggs, my ass.
Yeah,
Everybody should have
so
chickens.
easy. Chickens are so easy. They really are.
Yeah.
You just need a coop. You need somewhere for them to roost.
Yeah.
And you need to have, if you're in the city, it's tough because they'll try and, go around and forage. If you get them to roost, though, then, dude, they're not going to leave you.
Yeah.
They're going to stay where they roost.
Yeah.
You got to worry about predators, and you have to worry about food, and that's it. But if you have a big enough plot of land that they can feed naturally off of, they pretty much feed themselves.
Yeah.
And then you could just feed them whatever table scraps too, from your garden that you should be growing. That nobody finished their meal that night. Whatever. Toss the scraps out to the chickens. Chickens will frickin' eat that shit up and make nice eggs for you.
Yeah. All that food that's
And you
falling
can
off your
barter
fruit
'em,
trees,
too.
that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I had an
It kind of
idea. I
begs.
forgot about it earlier. Somebody steal this from me and develop it, because I have an app idea and I'm not giving it away, but this one I'm giving away. Call it Barter, Bartr, because all the apps have to have like that weird R thing
Yeah.
going on. Call it Barter, and we got our locations available on fucking Facebook and bullshit, where Facebook Market can set me up with what's going on nearby. So have a barter system, market app, where
Looking for chickens.
where you can post things that you are willing to sell, or you can search for things that you're looking to buy, and people can fucking easily barter on your app. And
Yeah.
like, why are we doing that? Why aren't we bartering with each other? Fuck Etsy, where you're just trying to peddle your shit and Etsy's going to take a huge cut. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, let's trade and barter shit and have a concise place where we do it. Because I don't see an app for that.
The app could make money too by advertisement by its own people.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to barter, say you're a little bit more established with whatever business, say you're a chicken farmer and you got good money because you sell your chicken products and
you
want to
boost your algorithm.
Then you could, and you want to boost your availability to people on the app, then you would just pay the app, you would partner up with the app and get ads, and those would be shown to people that are likely to want your product, But what I think that would be cool with that app is, like, you would set up like your profile, so it would be a social media, and you would set up your profile and it would ask you, what do you make? What do you have available? You could be a miscellaneous type person, which they don't have anything that they main, but they have a bunch of random shit. And so with the miscellaneous, you could just do whatever. You could fucking say you got like a bunch of toys, like classic toys. You could barter your classic toys for shit too, like it would be a miscellaneous type item. But if you're like specialized in anything, so say you have like a service, say you're like really good at carpentry and you can build like wood furniture or something like that, then you would advertise as a woodworker. And that way everybody's got their little categories. And so me coming onto the app barter, say I have fucking something, it could even be money too, we could use money too in this
money.
ecosystem. No, there would definitely be money too.
Fuck money.
It would happen.
Away from the money.
But then no, it would definitely be, there would definitely be money going on too. But you would, so say you're going in there new to the ecosystem, but you have like some knitted clothes or something that you have been sitting on for a long time, but you're like, man, I would really like to get into chickens. Then you could go onto the app, search up like chicken barters, and it would come up with all your local, like within a certain amount of area around you, and then it would also come up with like the most prominent on the app, like people that are the most successful. And you could make whatever decisions you want about who you want to barter with, strike up a conversation and say what you got. And it'll also have like a wish list everybody will have their own wish lists of like barters they're looking for.
Right.
So you could even go and try to fill an order. So you have a certain barter that you want to make, but you're like, oh shit, I don't have what they want. Then you could try to barter for another barter, to get that barter. Like it would be a really cool way of doing the app. Yes, and it would be part of the app, part of the app design to do that. There would be like a system for that.
Yeah,
it'd be pretty
cool.
Badass. I would fucking use the shit out of that app.
Right?
I would love that.
It would totally replace Facebook Market.
Shit out of it.
Because I got shit I want to trade.
For
I got shit I want to sell.
Yeah. Literally. And also, it's like maybe you don't know what maybe you don't have anything to offer like barter wise. Maybe you're not sitting on like valuable shit already.
Right.
But you want to make a barter, and then you see their wish list, and you're like, all right, so all I have to do is obtain this. Then you could go out and figure out how you're going to obtain it.
Yeah.
And you could learn through whatever fucking routes you have to what certain people that have the thing want, and then you can fucking figure out how to do it, you know?
Right.
And that's huge. That'll create giant fucking opportunities socially, communally, fucking skills, trades. You'll learn all sorts of shit just navigating the app itself.
And it essentially keeps the fucking man detached. It's opt out of the system.
Yep, it's an opt-out, and it would fucking be huge.
And it
But also
reduces
using the
waste.
system in a way, you know, using the internet, but whatever. That's what I'm talking about with, like...
Yeah, we don't gotta totally
not
unplug
judging
from
that.
what exists.
Yeah. I'm not judging that
Like,
at all.
we can be what exists without being so heinous. Because you look around you anywhere, and it's just fucking heinous.
Yeah. I envy, like, the people that are out there just doing the, like, lumberjack thing, building their own house and shit, you know, like, there's something envious about that, but, you know, it doesn't have to be that way to, like, fulfill the role that you need to in order to, like, make a change, you know, in order to be happy.
When I was a kid, there was, like, obviously a deep primal craving to do that thing. Because me and my buddy would go, actually it happened with two different friends I can think of, would go out into the woods and cut down trees and build forts, you know?
Yep.
And, like, if like I said, we had a fucking parent guiding us on how to build a house, we would have loved that every step of the way.
Yeah.
But no, we're left to our own devices to go play in the woods, and what do? We start to build a house.
Yeah,
we did at our like as best as we could with nothing in the woods, you know.
It's like that. It's like that meme
cavemen.
with Minecraft and kids.
Yeah,
and
the
how
kids
the children yearn for the mines.
Yeah.
Like they're out there playing digital Minecraft when in reality all they want to do is go pound on some rocks until they can find some cool rock. Like,
you think your kid wants to play Minecraft or Fortnite, invite them out into the garage, put a fucking hammer in their hand with some fucking nails and a piece of wood, and tell me they don't have
here,
more.
build a tower.
Yeah, tell me they won't have more fun.
Yeah. But most parents are like, you're going to smash your fingers.
Yeah, if they won't have more fun, that's because you're being a bad parent and won't engage with them.
Yeah.
I got beef with parents, man.
Doing something else. Yeah, well, there are some good ones out there for sure, but there are definitely some shitty ones. Yeah. So that's like kind of on all fucking tiers, though. There's people that were, you know, not of our generation that were very, very shitty parents, too.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just fucking, it's luck of the draw with that shit. I'm just fortunate to have what I have, but I know that a lot of people don't.
For sure.
And that's something that I honestly, I can sympathize with that. If you got some super bad situation going on, it does make everything so much fucking more difficult. But also, I know people that have had very difficult situations surrounding family and growing up. And some of them are legitimately the most beacon of hope and exemplary examples.
They're forged in fire.
Humanity that you'll ever know. And you're like, you're fucking awesome, you know? There's kind of like something to be said about like you don't really want to coddle your kid. You want to teach them stuff, but like at the same time you don't want to like overdo the like sheltering of the kid. You know, you got to kind of let them do their thing. Like have expectations, but also allow them the privilege to process through that, you know? It's all growth at that point. The more you stunt them out from doing shit, either because you're not willing to gain an interest in what they're interested in and kind of show them the ropes with certain things, or you're a helicopter parent that just is too afraid that they're just gonna fucking lose a finger or an eye or fucking some shit. It's like all you're doing is stunting that kid from being something greater than what they're going to turn out with the way you're going about it now.
Right.
And I mean, that's all like it's just all like a growth thing, you know? Like some parents are still kids, you know? They never really matured in any type of way. and never had to like really struggle in life. That's why I say it a lot. Like, suffering is a pretty good teacher too, you know,
Yeah.
truly. And it's kind of a fucking, you know, little heavy metal of a philosophy, but I mean, in my experience, I suffered a lot before I learned like, you know, good shit. It took a lot of like either hard work or pain and being incentivized to go the other way.
Yeah. And so like now, like me and my family kind of as well, like we had good parents, but like we were poor. We had tough time growing up. Now we're all older, everybody's making pretty good money, and they want to go off to fucking like Universal Orlando and
Yeah, I
fucking
hate that
theme
shit,
parks
dude.
and vacations and travel and big fancy presents for
Vacations are all
everybody.
right,
And
but
it's
like
like, hold
spending
on,
money on
let's not forget where we came from, okay? We came from a people that were broke as fuck. We had Christmases where we had nothing, and we all told each other we didn't care because we were together. And
Yeah.
what did we all want? But to pay for a fucking the ability to have a community for each other where we could all be together. And now what does everybody want now that they have money? Is to keep up with the fucking rat race. Oh, well, the kids
Yeah.
deserve to go to the theme park. They deserve to have these experiences in their childhood. No, don't they deserve to have what we wanted when we were younger, which was to have the community where everybody's together?
I think that at the end of the day, because I was one of the kids that, you know, like when my parents were together, like we would go on vacations and stuff. Some of those vacations were cool, and I do, you know, remember them, and they were cool memories, you know. But I think that like one that stands out a little bit is like Disney World. All right, I went to Disney World when I was a kid. You know,
Yeah.
like I was little though. You know, barely really remember it, and I didn't really care. You know, I'm not a roller coaster kid. You know, I didn't like roller coasters, and so it was kind of not a thing for me. You know, I think it was more of a thing for my parents
Right.
to say that they, you know, they made it and they were able to do that for their kids. You know, and
Yeah.
that is, I don't think that's right. You know, like, is it cool to say you went to Disney? I don't know. I don't give a shit about Disney World now.
Right.
Let it burn to the fucking earth for all I care.
Like, I really
If
wish
Disney
there was
World
not a Disney
disappeared
World.
off the face of the earth right now, I don't think that there would be a single part of my body that felt sad about it.
Yeah.
Not one. So I don't think that it's needed in any capacity for joy in a child's life. And I don't know how they've hijacked the fuck out of parents to making some type of standard to go dropping $2,000 in a weekend so that kids can go and see fictional characters and fucking what?
Yeah.
Like,
Adults dressed as fucking cartoons.
yeah, like that's awesome, cool. Like, no, it's fucking
And then look
stupid.
at the statistics of what happens at these theme parks.
You want to know what one of my favorite fucking vacations was? When I was just old enough to start driving, and I drove down to Florida, and frickin' I had my sister, I had my sister's frickin' boyfriend, my girlfriend came down, and my mom and everything, and we went down to Key West, and we had to just kind of figure out how to do it, and we didn't have money to do anything in Key West.
Right.
You know, we just went down there
Right.
because we wanted to see the southernmost tip of the United States.
Yeah, and they got the crazy
And I had a
white
piece
sand.
of shit vehicle, not like a nice limo. You know, I didn't take a fancy plane. You know, I didn't drop a shit ton of cash to do it. And we had to get a hotel room at some point, and we had to sneak everybody into the hotel room because you're only allowed to have like 2 people per hotel room, but we had like fucking 8. And we had to cram all of us in there, and fucking it was great, you know, like tent out on the side of the highway. That was fucking awesome, even though we got rained on. Like, that's way better than fucking Disney World.
Yeah.
And it didn't cost $2,000 to do.
No.
And
Yeah,
I
the
think
shit
that
I remember
stuff
was
like
like
that teaches
camping.
people more. Yeah.
Like,
Camping is always a huge one.
I don't think any
Camping,
of these
fishing
kids even go
trips.
fucking camping.
No, not a lot of them do anymore. They don't even want to be out there because there's no Wi-Fi. They're like, I can't play fucking Fortnite in the woods, Dad. What the
Right.
fuck? You're a bad parent.
I'll tell you what, get you a woman that wants to garden and cook.
Yeah. That wants to be a woman.
Yeah, be a woman.
Doesn't want to be a man.
That wants to garden and cook. Because I was lucky enough to be blessed with a woman that enjoys gardening and cooking, and it's really nice.
Yeah.
It's brought me to a point where I want to be more for her, and I want to do more of the homesteading thing, and I feel able to do it because she's on the same page. So
Yeah.
make sure that you build a life with somebody that is on the same page as you, so
Yep.
that you can achieve these sort of goals together.
Yeah, that's a huge one, dude. I mean, you could go out and do it all on your own, but who the fuck wants to do that? Nobody wants to do that, dude.
Right.
And if you do end up doing that, I mean, I'm not trying to say that there's anything wrong with that, you know? I have fantasized about the hermit in the woods lifestyle, like my
yeah.
whole life. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like being that old man in the woods with a gray beard, just fucking living out there in some cabin, like by
Yeah.
I've dreamed of that. So there's nothing wrong with, you know, having to do it by yourself, but there's a yearning and a calling for people to be together, you know? And if you're working within your like divine purpose, I mean, and having a woman with you that, and if you're blessed enough to have someone with you that is going after it in the same fashion, I mean, there's nothing really better, you know?
Yeah.
Have someone that can take care of that aspect of things, the cooking, you know, like they dive deep into that and they know like all the nutrition, they know like where to go out and get the certain things to add into the dish that are, you know, good for it to help the family not be sick this season, you know. And then dealing with like the garden and being able to handle that type of stuff, and then the guy being able to be like, all right, well, we got the kid growing up a little bit, so we're gonna build him a little tiny house, you know, and like I'm gonna teach the kid that, and also, you know, give us a little bit more room for us, like it's like a back and forth. I'm gonna go out and hunt so that we have some meat, you know, and fucking all this other shit. Everybody's got their role and it feels right, and it's cyclical. It feeds each other, like what you were just saying. Her doing that and stepping into her role makes you want to step into your role more so that you guys can feed each other.
Right.
And that is literally everything. That's everything. And then with a little one in the picture, it's like, okay, now we both have things to teach the little one, and we have more of a reason to do these things, even if we don't want to do them.
Yep.
We still have to, and we still do because we want to and we need to.
Yep.
And it's
never for myself.
Yeah.
Like, it's what I want to do because it's right, but it's not for me. It's for her. It's for my kid. It's for God.
It's for we.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not for me. It's for we.
Yeah, I agree. So if you don't have a community, fucking join our community.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to create one. That's really, I don't know. I said it in the you know, our first episodes. That's kind of the thing that I truly want out of it, more than anything, really. Yeah. Is a good community. People that, you know, same type of page.
If we could build a solid community, we can really get some shit done here.
Yeah, yeah. And we all just kind of add, you know, to each other's, you know, little tapestry that we're building here. Because the world ain't going to feed it to us, so we got to make it ourselves. And nobody really wants to go it alone. We could, as I was saying before, the hermit lifestyle beckons, but at the same time, the communal lifestyle beckons as well. And I think that is just more beneficial for not just, you know, a person. It's beneficial for a lot of persons.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of good could be done, and a lot of fun to be had, and learning, and just, it's going to be cool as fuck. get together, someone make that app. Someone
For real.
make that fucking app, dude.
For real.
You know how cool that would be? You'd be a legend. You would be a legend. And then you'd be provided for. You know, that's someone's niche that they could take, and they will be provided for. Their land will be assured, and their kingdom will be all but built for them.
And
Just build
honestly,
the app.
if you want to build that app, I got another idea that's probably pretty good too, but you gotta pay for it.
That would be fucking sick to get paid for ideas, but yeah, it's tough. It's tough out there.
I mean, AI just does that for you now, so.
Yeah, but it's cheap. It's a cheap imitation of the real deal. It feels better coming from someone with real life experience other than a data skimming fucking synthoid. Fucking clanker.
Fucking clankers.
Fucking clankers, dude. Fuck them clankers.
So, make a plan. Get your fucking money straight. Learn your skills. And
implement.
Yeah, purchase some property and implement that shit. And once you're implementing it, try to broaden your scope. Implement small, and then broaden to succeed in your further goals. Because you can't start big unless you're a baller. Unless you got all the money in the world to do whatever you want.
If you're a baller, then, I mean, more power to you. That's awesome.
Everybody's
very
struggling
proud of you
to do this. So start small, work your way up. Like, you gotta make sacrifices.
Community.
If you gotta make sacrifices, like selling most of your shit, and instead of having a whole bedroom or a whole house full of shit, have a bedroom's worth of shit, so that you can downsize. Because, like, I was thinking when we were talking about the Amish, like what the Amish do, they'll live out of their workshop, and their workshop's a lot smaller. They'll live out of their workshop until they finish building their house. And then once they build their house, they move into the house and then start building more shit. And
like, that's the modern day equivalent would be like you get a piece of shit little Ford Ranger, and you get a little piece of shit camper, and you just find your land and you go move out on your land with your piece of shit Ranger and your piece of shit camper, and then you just start chopping trees down, planing them. You make some ground flat and hard, and then you just start building on it. And growing. After like 2 years of just nose of the grindstone, maybe every once in a while you're like, fuck, man, all right, I've worked my ass off for like a month straight. I'm going to go to the pub, get drunk, and talk to people. And you go out there and you talk to people. And next thing you know, you've got someone that gives you a good idea and a good tip, and maybe they want to come help you. You know, that's that community aspect. You know, like I think that's something we could and probably should add in to like the steps is like try to reach out to people.
Right.
Try to find.
Yeah, work on establishing yourself.
Yeah,
like,
establish yourself.
If we are like conspiracy tinfoil hat people that think everybody is a fucking sus, you know? So like, if we're telling you to get into the community, it's okay. You know, it's okay to go outside and talk to people. Not everybody's dangerous. All right? It's important actually, because it's why I feel safe where I am, because I know that I can go somewhere where most of the people know me. Like, most of the people in town know me. And all of them know my dad. And same thing with this guy. They all know him and his dad. So we could go there and be safe, you know? Everybody's got each other's back.
Have people that maybe you're hard up and they could help you.
And guess what?
Get a
some
job
of them are
or
farmers, and some of them are mechanics, and some of them are electricians, and some of them are just crazy and have a lot of guns. And that's where I feel safest, is where they all know me.
That's the best. Small town living.
Some big redneck motherfuckers.
Yeah. 100%.
And guess what? a lot of people that live in that town that don't know me, they're all Amish, so that's pretty cool too. It's a pretty great place to be.
I would love to. I actually live pretty close to some Amish. I could literally walk to them in probably 7 to 10 minutes.
I know.
I should probably just go over there and ask them, like, hey, can I just, like, intern with you guys for, like, you know, a month on, like, building sheds? And then just extrapolate
Intern
from
Amish.
there.
Bro, I asked an Amish guy, I was like, so I'm looking into getting one of the wood stoves that you guys have, because I see, this is a really nice wood stove. It's got a spot in the back for water so that it doesn't get too dry. You've got, like, the extra...
a humidifier.
Like, you can take off the tops to put burners on and cook shit, and then you've got, like, all... Like, they're super cool.
They're
and
badass.
He goes, oh, well, you can just go online. You can go on the internet to find them. They make them. I was like, are you kidding me? You, the Amish guy, you're telling me to go online to buy an Amish wood stove? I'm trying to buy the Amish wood stove from the Amish guy. Or just go online. They make them on there. You'll find them.
The fuck?
I don't know what to search. I don't know what the website, but you'll find them. You just search.
You'll find it, I'm sure.
yeah. I'm like, what the fuck?
Not what I was looking for, guy. The fuck?
Yeah.
No, I'm excited though. I'm excited to see what shapes up with people and with the show, and these are our goals. You know, like we just kind of spilled it out for you. You know, we've got ambitions for this shit.
As we make it happen, we'll keep you guys updated.
With us, you know. 100%. Like if I buy land, you best believe I'm going to be talking about it. And then when I do buy land, I'm going to have to be trying to figure out how I'm going to have internet so I can fucking stream and record with you guys.
I'm making 5, 10, 15-year plans. So like as those things develop, I'll keep you guys posted. We'll make fucking different types of videos.
We'll see if the world's still around, you know, by the time we finish our empires.
I'm just hoping something crazy happens to take out the AI, because that's the only thing that's really worrying me.
Solar flare.
I know we got a couple years on it still before it's like actually something that's going to ruin us, but still, it's going to ruin us if it doesn't stop, so...
I'm seeing some stuff with 2026 that's concerning. But that'll be for a different podcast.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that's probably it for us. We're petering out. We're gonna fucking call it there. You know where the webs of the inners web, where you know those places where we are caught up in the web of the inters. Find us.
Arachne's web.
Ugh, no, not Arachne. This is God's shit.
This isn't God's
There's
web.
no way. This is God's show, though, so there's no way God's show is caught up in Arachne's web. Fuck that. I rebuke that.
Yeah,
but
whatever.
Alright, guys. Fucking see ya.
See ya.